So with Jacob Young as my camera operator, I'd like to thank everybody here watching us on Rio Sports Live for the by-district playoff matchup between the Edinburg North Cougars, who are visiting the Harlingen South Lady Hawks. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, if you have friends who are interested in watching this game but are not able to attend the game personally, they can watch the game on Facebook, YouTube, and even Roku. All you have to do is look up Rio Sports Live, and tonight's going to be a terrific matchup between both squads. Both teams with 20-plus wins, terrific seasons, and a little bit of a fact between both of them was that their seasons before, they weren't exactly at their best. This is the first time in about 2 seasons for both teams that they've had 20-plus wins. They're coming in here for the playoffs, hoping to win round 1 and advance into the second round of the playoffs, which are the area playoffs. For some of you who don't know, actually, the next game, the winner of this game between Edinburg North and Harlingen South, the winner will be facing the Mackay Bulldogs in the second round. And the reason for that is because Mackay had already won their game in the playoffs against Laredo United, and so they automatically advanced to the second round, and it was a terrific game for the Mackay Bulldogs. But enough talking about the Bulldogs for now. Let's go ahead and head over for Harlingen South and for Edinburg North. For Harlingen South, the one player that you have to watch out for is Michaela Miralez, who is their standout hitter, but also one of very humble. We'll get to the Edinburgh North team in a quick break after the national anthem.
Hacienda Ford. Hacienda has it. Has what? Low monthly payments, a friendly buying process, and customer service like no other. It's simply a different way. It's a car buying experience you'll enjoy. With a huge Ford selection like Ford F-150s, Mustangs, Explorers, Escapes, the Ford Raptor, and a whole bunch more, buying a new Ford should be fun, and that's why we do it. Come see the difference at Hacienda Ford.
Hacienda has it.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, after the performance of the national anthem. I'm Alex Espinosa, Jacob Young as my camera operator. And now on the right side, we have the Edinburg North Cougars visiting the Harlingen South Hawks. And players such as Ivana Ramos, Hannah Duffy, and as well as Alisa Coronado have to watch out for how well they're going to play. Both teams with some good offenses. The biggest difference, however, is going to be scoring early on in these sets. And the reason why I mentioned that is because Harlingen South has one of the best offenses in the district when it comes to the first and second sets. However, Edinburg North has some of the best offenses in the third and fourth sets. And in the fifth set, it declines a little bit. But for Harlingen South on the fifth set, there is no stat because Harlingen South has never played a fifth set this season. And so we'll see how this plays out. If both teams can force a fifth set, it's going to be a leap of faith right there between both teams because we won't know who will play their best in the fifth set. If the Edinburg North Cougars want to win this game, they're going to have to score early on, win the first and second sets, and then that way they can dominate in the third and fourth. Harlingen South has not had one of the best offensive performances in the third and fourth sets. Now, if you're Harlingen South, biggest focus for your team is getting this win. Advancing into the playoffs, it means a whole lot for a lot of these seniors, especially senior Michaela Miralez, who has been giving nothing but praise to her teammates, being proud of how much they fought and how they've been able to pull through. We both know both teams want this win. However, only one team can come out of this game with the victory and advance into the second round of the playoffs. In District 32 6A, there are 4 teams that reach the playoffs. That's Brownsville Hanna, Brownsville Rivera, Harlingen South, and Los Fresnos. Rivera had already swept Edinburg and then Edinburg Vela will actually be playing against Brownsville Hanna tonight. That game will be going on as we are broadcasting this game. And then some other teams that are playing here in the Rio Grande Valley for the playoffs. We have McAllen Memorial, who will be playing against Laredo LBJ tonight. And then for District 32 6A, we also have Los Fresnos, who will be playing against Weslaco tonight as well. And both teams going over to the center of the court. The Harlingen South Lady Hawks on the left with their burst orange jerseys and their gray shorts. On the right, we have the Edinburg North Lady Cougars in their all navy jerseys and navy shorts. Their jerseys have a little bit of a gold stripe on their sides, and they'll have their navy knee pads and black cleats, or black shoes in this case. And as you can hear, ladies and gentlemen, the fan base of Harlingen South going crazy. The playoff game for both teams is just about to begin. Harlingen South is the home team. And in case you don't know, ladies and gentlemen, we are on the Edinburg North side. We'd like to thank the Harlingen South High School for providing us with this space to do our broadcast. We wish both teams good luck and in a terrific playoff match in what's going to be a terrific by-district playoff match in the 2019 Volleyball State Championship. Starting lineup for the Harlingen South Hawks will have Maya Aguirre, Zoe Garcia. The libero for the team will be Evelyn Yanez. And then as well as in the front three, we'll have Aaliyah Guevara, Michaela Mirales, and on the right side, we'll have Olimaris Vidania, who is also one of the outside hitters that you should be careful for. Everybody talks about Mirales, but Vidania has an awesome arm. And then on the right side, we have in the front three, Hannah Duffy, Victoria Faze, Jessica Dreyer, and the first set is up. On the left side, that is Faze with the hit, getting it into Harlingen territory. Mirales is going to have an attack of her own. It is digged by the Cougars. Unfortunately, that will go out of bounds, so the first points of the game are going to go to Harlingen South to make it 1-0. And some good organization by Edinburg North, being able to prepare and adapt to where the ball is going, preparing that hit for Mirales. Unfortunately, that power was just too much for them to handle, and they couldn't control it. Ball taken out by Faz again, and Mirales will hit it on the right side. That's Duffy with the first dig, and she'll have a little push-off to get it into Harlingen territory. Aguirre sending it up for Mirales again. Is it going to go into the corner? Yes, it will. So the first kill of the game will go to Mirales, and that's something we will be saying often in this game. Coming in to serve, Maya Aguirre, and that ball is going to go out of bounds to give Edinburg their first points in the game to make it 2-1. And up to serve is going to be Hannah Duffy. The libero for the Lady Cougars will be Ivana Ramos. Ball met by Yanez. Mirales is going to have another hit, and that one will be good. That's 2 kills in a row for Mirales. And that'll make it 3-1 Harlingen South. And with substitutions, as it looks like Corinne Reiniger will come in and play for her team. And up to serve is going to be Olimaris Vidania. Vidania with a good hit going into the arms of Duffy. And it's going to be a setup from behind. That was Kaylee O'Brien with the hit. The Lady Hawks were there to meet it. Ball looks like it would have gone out had it not hit the net. And so now another error by the Lady Hawks results in points for the Lady Cougars. And coming in to serve, Kaylee O'Brien, who had that hit to get it into Harlingen territory, which would eventually force the Hawks to hit the net. Mirales will swing it out. Met by Duffy. Unfortunately, she could not corral it. Correction, that was O'Brien. And a good swing by Mireles, a very powerful arm to help her team get another point and make it 4-2. Ball passed over to the libero Ramos. And a little push off. It looks like it was met, and the Cougars get it out. That was just Jasmine Barajas. Mireles is going to have a hit that is blocked and played by the Hawks. It would have been out of bounds. Mireles with another hit. Is that one out of bounds? Coach says yes, and the officials say yes. A little scary right there, as the Cougars were hoping that ball was not going to go. That ball prior was not going to go out of bounds. Fortunately, the Hawks played it for them, and that was able to result in some more playing time and eventually a ball going out of bounds. Serving is Melanie Cantu, and it's going to go Mireles from the far right. It is met by Ramos, who has that dig, and it's going to go all the way down into the cross, and that was on the hit. Barajas again. Mireles from the opposite end this time, and Barajas is there to dig it. Met by Dreyer, and ball going to Ramos, taking it into Harlingen territory. Mireles is going to have another shot. Met by Duffy. Edinburg North adapting and keeping an eye on where Mireles is aiming. Ball tipped, and it is in Edinburg North territory. It's going to go all the way to Barajas again, taken out and into Harlingen territory. Mireles, another hit. Is the fifth one going to be a good one? It hits the face of a player. The Cougars have one shot to get it out, and they will with the help of Ramos. And Mireles again blocked and inbounds in Harlingen. And we are tied at 4 apiece, ladies and gentlemen, on an unbelievable hit by Edinburg North. And on that hit and on the serve, Melanie Cantu. Reiniger passes it into the middle of the Cougars, and it's going to go to Barajas again. Ball high into the air, going directly to Mireles. Ball is tipped, but it is in Edinburg territory. So that'll be 5 points for Harlingen South, and for Mireles, that's 4 kills already in this game, contributing for 90% of the points for her team. And speaking of Mireles, she's up to serve. Ramos is there to dig it. It is met by Dreyer, and an attack by Coronado. It looks to be no good. It went out of bounds. So Harlingen South, after allowing a tie a couple of serves ago, are now up by 2. And a good serve by Mireles, and a diving dig attempt for Ramos, taken out by Duffy. It's going to be a setup on the left, and Ramos was there to dig it out. Unfortunately, that's going to go out of bounds, so that'll be another point, 3 straight points for Harlingen South to make it 7-4. And Mireles in her 3rd serve in a row, met by Ramos again, and it's going to go to Barajas from the opposite side, and that is good. Barajas correction, and for Barajas, that's her 2nd kill in the game. That'll make it 5-7 with Harlingen still on top. However, the Lady Cougars have a chance to get it back, as they will be serving. Up to serve is Shayla Gayton. Gayton with the serve, met by Yanez. We haven't heard her name in a while, and a hit by Aguirre. Is it inbounds? They're going to say yes. And some good show of offense for the Lady Hawks, as Yanez is going to serve. Edinburg North trying to find a way to adapt. They adapted to Mireles. Now they might have to find a way to adapt to Aguirre. And Ramos with a monster hit. You can hear that one all the way from here, folks. For Ramos, that's her 1st kill in the game, and a good one, as the score now is 8-6 Harlingen. However, Ramos will have the ball to serve, and she'll go to the right side with a good jump serve, but that might have been a little bit too much power as it goes out of bounds. So a little momentum shift now, as it looked like Edinburg North was going to find a way to score and tie it up again. Unfortunately, the Lady Hawks get the ball back, and Dreyer is going to pass it down the middle for, it looks to be Duffy. It is met by the Hawks, and Aguirre is just going to push it out. Dreyer again, and it's going to go to Duffy into the arms of Garcia, and Aguirre is going to have another shot. Ramos with a good dig, had to kneel down to get it. And Duffy just slightly pushes it out a little bit behind the attacking line in hopes of getting it inbounds. And Duffy again. This one is partially blocked, but in Harlingen territory. Some good observation by Garcia to call it and then pass it to Mireles for a hit. And Ramos hits it under. It's over the net, barely. And Dreyer's going to have to go and pass it over. Looks to be O'Brien. Is it out? They say yes. That's a close one right there. That looked like it might have been in bounds. Officials are discussing it. There is some arguments, and it looks like they're going to give the points directly to the Cougars. So now it makes the score 9-7 on an accurate hit by Kaylee O'Brien to make her first kill in the game. And that is Alexa Insignia, the first time we've heard her name. However, whistle is blown. Looks like there might have been a foul against the Lady Hawks, so the Cougars will get the ball back to make it 9-8 in favor of Harlingen South. Mireles with the dig. Esina passing it over to Aguirre. Is it out of bounds? It is out of bounds. However, the ball was touched by a Cougar. So that'll make the score 10-8. Harlingen gets to keep the lead, and up to serve is going to be Aguirre, who had that kill in the game, who had that kill in that last serve. And a good lobbing serve met by Ramos. Dreyer is going to have to go to O'Brien, and it hits the arms of Garcia. Taken out by Aguirre. And the ball hits the arms of Mireles and goes out of bounds. Edinburg North playing some catch-up here. They'll have the ball back, only down by 1 to make it 10-9. And up to serve is Hannah Duffy. And a good right arm going directly into the arms of Mireles, and that ball punched. Looks to have been Jade Guerra with that hit, getting it into Harlingen territory. Dreyer is going to have to pass it to Barajas again. It is digged by, looks to be Yanez. Ramos, Dreyer from behind. That one is met by Yanez. On that hit attempt was Guerra again. Dreyer this time is going to go to Barajas, and she's just going to push it directly into the arms of Yanez. Mireles with a hit attempt, sliding dig by Duffy, a good one. Edinburg North playing with a lot of heart here early on in this first set. Ball is digged. They're going to have one shot to get it out. Will the Cougars get it? No, they will not. And a good kill for Mireles to mark 5 kills in this game, and the score now is 11-9 Harlingen South. And serving is going to be number 10 of the Adamaris Vidania, again for the Harlingen Hawks. And the dig by the Cougars, just a little too much, hits the net, deflects, and goes inbounds in their own territory. Score now 12-9 Harlingen South. Vidania up to serve again. And she'll punch it into the right side of the Cougars territory. And the ball is going to be hit on the corner. Does it go out of bounds? What do the officials say? They say out of bounds. A good attack, good play by the Edinburg North Cougars. Unfortunately, just a little bit of too much power, and that ball goes out of bounds. And Vidania to serve again. Met by Duffy. Dreyer trying to get into the way, setting up a pass to Barajas. And it's going to be a setup from the behind going to Guevara. Ball hit by the Cougars, and it looks like it's going to be a point for Harlingen South, and that'll be the first timeout of the game called by McCallum of Edinburg North. So we'll take a break on our end, ladies and gentlemen, and remind you, you are watching Rio Sports Live coverage of by-district playoffs here in the RGV.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services.
Hi, we're Robert Mello's favorite cats, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
And mic check 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Rio Sports Live. I'm Alex Espinosa, Jacob Young as my camera operator. I'd like to thank everybody for watching us here. Remember, if you do have friends who are interested in watching this game and they can't be at the game, they can watch it on Facebook, YouTube, and Roku. All they have to do is look up Rio Sports Live. Those of you joining us, Harlingen South up 14-9 after a couple of attacking errors by the Lady Cougars and some kills by Michaela Mireles, currently leading the team with 5 kills in this match. Ball hit by Barajas, blocked, and it goes back to her. She's able to play it, and it's in Harlingen South territory now. Ball back punched out by Mireles. Dreyer's going to set up for O'Brien, who does a little floater. Mireles was there to observe it, and she's going to have another hit attempt. It is meant by Barajas. It can still be played, and Ramos will, and it's going to be taken out. Ramos takes it out with the help of Duffy. Mireles a second time. Is it out of bounds? Yes, and that one will be a point for Edinburg North to make it 14-10. Very early on in this first set, ladies and gentlemen, Edinburg North was showing a lot of good defense, and they were able to limit some of the attacks on Mireles. Yes, she has 5 kills right now, but she could have had a lot more. Mireles with another hit and going into the arms of O'Brien and out of bounds. So now for Mireles, that's technically 6 kills already, playing with everything she's got. Ball is hit by Duffy, met by Guerra. And Ramos coming back from the bench will punch it into Harlingen territory. Dreyer, Ramos with another monster hit. Aguirre barely corrals it. Mireles will take it out. It is blocked by the Cougars, but it stays in their own territory, and they could not adapt to the play. So that'll make score 16-7 in favor of Harlingen South, and they'll be serving again. Ramos is there to meet it. It's going high, pass back to Ramos. Monster hit, deflected, tipped over by the net, but it stays in Harlingen territory, and Mireles with our first attacking error of the game, and that'll result in a point for Edinburg North to make it 16-11 Harlingen South. Up to serve, Melanie Cantu. And the error against Edinburg will result in points for Harlingen South to make it 17-11. Mireles is going to come in and serve. It's a good serve. I don't think the Cougars expected it, and so now that's an ace to go into the resume of Michaela Mireles for this game. Harlingen South creating some very needed separation between both squads. The defense of Edinburg North limited Mireles to only 6 kills, to only 5 kills before the break. And now Mireles with a kill and an ace. And Encinia is going to pass it over to Aguirre. Good hit. 19-11 Harlingen South, and Aguirre, that's 2 kills in the game. And Mireles is up to serve, takes a couple of steps and floats it, met by Ramos. Encinia is going to pass it over to Aguirre, and ball hit by Ramos out of bounds. That one sounded like it hurt, as Edinburg North was just not able to prepare for that monstrous hit. Almost went as fast as a baseball in the World Series. Mireles to Dreyer. Dreyer's going to have a pass down the middle. On that hit was Alisa Coronado. Baranjas, Ramos set up for Duffy. Duffy with a good hit directly into the arms of Yanez, and it's going to be Aguirre, deflected by Ramos. The Cougars have one shot to get it out, and Ramos will do it with a backswing. And that one was Mia Aguirre. Ramos is going to have to pass to Baranjas, who gets it over the wall. Whistle is blown, and they're going to call it against Edinburg North. Coach McCallum not happy about it, claiming that there was a foul, and looks like they may reset it. And now Coach Lucio not happy about it. Coach Lucio having Aguirre send a message to the official claiming her defense. And it looks like they're going to reset the play. The official calls both thumbs, so it's no points for Harlingen South, no point for Edinburg North. Replay. And it's going to be going to Ramos. Ramos with a good hit. It is met by Yanez again. And tip drill by Aguirre. Whistle blown, as it looks like It was underarm against Harlingen South. And now Coach Lucio is not happy about that. However, the official will not change his call, and it'll stay the same. It is 20-12, Harlingen South. The point going to Edinburg North, and on the serve by Edinburg North, is it out of bounds? Officials are saying yes. The fans of the Harlingen South Hawks are saying yes. They are reviewing it. They are going to say yes, out of bounds. So it is 21-12. Serve met by Ramos. And it's going to be a setup for Duffy, who has a good hit. Fortunately, Garcia was there to meet it. Aguirre's going to have another chance, gets it over the wall. Ball deflected, hits the Edinburg North stands, and a good play for Harlingen South to make it a 10-point lead. Score 22-12. And it's going to be a serve for Yanez. Takes a good serve into the arms of Ramos. Dreyer is there, and she's going to pass it to Ramos herself, who swings it out of bounds. That marks the 5th time that an attacking error has resulted in points for Harlingen South. Yanez up to serve again. And a good serve, getting it over to the arms of Ramos. Dreyer is there, going to go to Duffy, who has a monster hit. It looks like it was met by the Harlingen defense. Swinged out by Garcia. Ramos there to meet it up, so it was a 1-to-1 pass. Duffy with a pass, and it hits the arms of Yanez, and a monster hit. Aguirre with another kill, 4 in the game for her. Man, do you just enjoy that sound of silence, that 1 second of silence that happens after a big hit, as everybody was just trying to realize what happened? Ball high into the air, going directly to Ramos, who swings it. And Insignia is there. It's going to be a pass by Odimaris Vidaña. That hit is good, and that's how it's going to be. 2 straight points for Harlingen South to end set number 1, 25-12. Unbelievable play by both teams. Edinburg North defense doing what they could. Unfortunately, they weren't able to get it in this set. Maybe they will in the next one. We'll see. For Harlingen South, terrific offensive play by all their teams, by all their players. Aguirre with 4 kills, Mireles with 6 kills and an ace. And then Evelyn Yanez with all the digs that she needed to help her team and organizing those pass plays. Terrific teamwork effort. We'll be right back for set number 2 here on Rio Sports Live.
Cherryland ISD, a nationally recognized district focusing on quality and rigorous instruction where every child is immersed in a culture of academic success. A district dedicated to preparing our youth for the future. Our mission is to inspire, educate, and empower all students to reach their full potential and become leaders of the highest moral character. Cherryland ISD, excellence is our tradition.
Music lovers, you have to stop and see the assortment of records, tapes, and records memorabilia at Forever Memories today. Located at 237 North Sam Houston in San Benito, Texas, there's over 10,000 records on display and more coming every day. Looking for your favorite album from the past, first pressings, collectibles. How about a 45 with a single you just have to have? Freddie Fender, Johnny Cash, Hank Williams, Elvis, Beatles, blues, rock, classics, Tejano, it's all here. Organized and priced for you. Forever Memories, 237 North Sam Houston, San Benito.
Hi, we're the Lady Tigers, and thank you for watching Rio Sports Live.
Located in the historic downtown district in San Benito is Main Street Boutique. A perfect stop, great atmosphere, locally owned and operated, and new items coming in every day. Something for everyone. Main Street Boutique in San Benito.
Hola, les habla su amigo Benjamín Gómez, el alcalde de San Benito, invitando a toda la gente que venga a visitarnos aquí a San Benito. Crucen por el puente Los Indios, más bien conocido como el puente de Lucio Blanco. Visítenos a las atracciones que tenemos aquí en San Benito. Aquí los esperamos. Muchas gracias, su amigo Benjamín Gómez.
Hi, we're the Real Nice City Rattlers. Thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Rio Sports Live. I'm Alex Espinosa, Jacob Young as my camera operator, as Harlingen South was able to score first. And now the Cougars are able to score first with the help of Hannah Duffy. We're tied up at 1-1 here. Harlingen South was able to win set number 1, 25-12, and the hit by, looks to have been Duffy, is good. So now the Cougars will have their first lead, not only in the first set, but also in the entire match. And that error will be no good. So now we are tied at 2-2 with Harlingen South getting the ball back. Harlingen with some mean hitters in their front three, such as Mia Aguirre and Michaela Mireles, both with 3+ kills in this game and doing everything they can to help their team win. Edinburg North having some troubles with the attacking errors that have been resulting in points, and ball taken out by Reiniger. It's going to be a setup for Barrancas, and that one will be good. So for Barrancas, that's her third kill in the game. And Edinburg North up by 1 to score 2-3. As O'Brien will serve, very light, just barely goes over the net. It's going high into the air, swinged out by, looks to be Reiniger. And the ball was hit by Faze. That's Faz. That's the first time we've heard her name in a while. O'Brien with the dig. Dreyer setting it up for Barrancas, blocked by Reiniger. Good block. Edinburg North there to adapt it and take it out. And a light hit by Aguirre. That one was a good one. And a hit by Duffy. Too much power for Yanez to handle. Fortunately, Aguirre was there to help her. Dreyer will have a pass down the middle for Coronado. Is that one good? Coach says out of bounds. The officials say yes, out of bounds. And we're tied again at 3, ladies and gentlemen. And serving now is Mireles. Mireles will take a couple of steps with a swinging hit, met by Ramos. And Ramos is going to have another hit attempt. That one is going to go all the way out of bounds. No good. Mireles right-hand serve. Ramos is there to dig it, and Dreyer is going to have a setup for Faz. Insignia directly to Aguirre, met by Barrancas. Dreyer, and she'll pass it to Duffy, who already has 2 kills early on in this game. Aguirre punches it out, met by Duffy. Hit by Barrancas. It is blocked by its own net, so it'll go out of bounds, and that'll be a point for Harlingen South. Fans of Edinburg not happy, claiming that a South Hawk had touched it. Officials will not reset, and they will keep the play as it was. So it is 5-3. Make that 5-4 now, and a good hit by Faz. And now coming in to serve for Edinburg North is going to be Melanie Cantu. And it's going to be a setup for Aguirre. Monster hit blocked and inbounds of Edinburg North. So that'll be points for Harlingen South. So their lead is still intact, and they're up by 2 now to make it 6-4. And a substitution as Ademaris Vidaña will come in for Corin Reiniger. And serving is Yanez. Ramos. Pass. And Ramos with another hit blocked by the net, but it does go into Harlingen territory. It's going to be a setup from behind for Aguirre, met by Duffy. Dreyer's going to set up for Barranca. She gets it over the wall. Does it go in bounds? That was a close one. They're going to say out of bounds. It was a good hit by Edinburg North, but looks like, according to the officials, it was out of bounds. Ramos with the dig is going to be a setup for Coronado. She's blocked, but she'll still play it. And the whistle is blown because the ball was blocked by a net, so that'll count as 4 hits against Edinburg North to make the score 8-4 with a timeout called by Coach McCallum. And we'll take a break on our end, ladies and gentlemen. We'd like to remind you that you're watching the 2019 Bi-District Playoffs in the RGV here on Rio Sports Live.
A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen is a sweet stop for cakes, cookies, and pastries. The best in town for specialty cakes made to order. Sweetbread, cookies, pies, or how about cupcakes? At A Piece of Cake by Ibarras, try a Texas-style cinnamon roll, or how about some tamales? Wedding cakes, graduations, you dream it and they can make it. The best in town is A Piece of Cake by Ibarras in Harlingen.
And we're back here, ladies and gentlemen, on Rio Sports Live. I'm Alex Espinosa with Jacob Young as my camera operator. We'd like to thank everybody here watching us on Rio Sports Live for the Bi-District Playoff match between the Harlingen South Hawks and the Edinburg North Lady Cougars. Harlingen South leading at 8-4 right now, immediately coming into the court, getting ready to continue on with set number 2. Edinburg North coming in, trying to find a way to rally their troops, as the players of Ivana Ramos and Hannah Duffy looking at each other. Hit by Yanez, met by Ramos. It's a pass directly to Ramos. Let's see if that monstrous arm can get it inbounds, and it was inbounds, but it was met by Harlingen South. This hit is good, however, by Harlingen South to make a point for the Lady Hawks to make it 9-4. Yanez again to serve, and it's a good serve directly into the arms of Ramos. It's Dreyer who's going to set up for Ramos from the middle, and that one is no good. That'll be points for Harlingen South to make the score 10-4. Yanez again, lob hit, digged by Ramos, and it's going to go to Coronado, who gets it over the wall. Mireles was able to dig it out, and hit by Aguirre, and the dig attempt no good for Edinburg North, so that'll be points for Harlingen South to make it 11-4. Yanez serving again, Edinburg down by 7. And a right-hand serve. It is met by Ramos. Ball high into the arms of Dreyer. It's going to be a setup for Ramos, who swings it out. And a hit by Harlingen South is good. That was Vidaña. And for Vidaña, that's her 3rd kill in the game. Yanez taking a couple of steps, serving, right-hand serve. Met by Duffy, going to Dreyer. It's going to be a setup for Barancas, who pushes it out down the middle. Encinia was there to meet it. Aguirre over the wall, and good. So now Aguirre joins Mireles in 5+ kills. Score is 13-4 Harlingen South. And the ball going high. Ramos has to improvise. Miscommunication by Edinburg North, and Ramos was there to meet it. Good dig by Ramos, and it's going to go directly into Dreyer, met by Barancas. Ball is tipped by Harlingen South. They will have to play it and get it out. Aguirre is there to push it out. Barancas, Dreyer setting it up for Ramos. Light hit, barely goes over the net. Harlingen South, one shot to get out, and Aguirre will. Dreyer is heading over to Barancas, and Encinia was there to meet it. That looks to be Garcia with the dig. Pass directly to Mirales. Duffy is there. Pass to Dreyer is going to be Barancas with another light hit. Met by Aguirre. Insignia passes to Aguirre. Will she get it over the wall? She will, but Duffy will be there to dig it. Ramos setting it up for Barancas, and that one will go into Harlingen territory. Set up from behind. That was Vidania. Ball tipped by Dreyer. Ramos will take it out. Met by Yanez. And Insignia again to Aguirre. That one over the wall and inbounds. Everybody was on their feet for that one, trying to see who was going to get it, and Harlingen South will take a 10-point lead. Good effort by Edinburg North. Unfortunately, Harlingen South wanted it more in that one. And light serve. Dreyer was there. Pass to Ramos, who punches it out to the right side, hoping to find an open gap. Hit by Vidania, met by Dreyer again, and Ramos with a monster hit, met into the arms of Garcia, who had to jump just to put enough room and power to hold on to it and pass. Ramos over to, looks to be Duffy, who has that pass into Harlingen territory. Odimaris Vidania swings it, but is it out of bounds? And the officials will say, yes, it is out of bounds, so the streak of points will end for Harlingen South, and Edinburg North will get the ball back, only down by 9. Coming in to serve is going to be Gayton. And heading over to the bench is going to be Barajas. Gayton with the serve. Met by Yanez. Insignia is going to set up for Vidania. Vidania gets it over the wall. Ramos is there to dig it. Pass directly to Dreyer. Duffy with a good hit. Met by the Hawks. Going high into the air. Mirales will backswing it out. Ramos calling her own number. Passes it to Dreyer, and Dreyer will go to Duffy. Duffy with a good hit, couldn't be controlled by Yanez, but fortunately the Hawks were there to meet it. Edinburgh North takes the ball out into Harlingen territory, and Mirales will push it out. Too much power, out of bounds. As the score now is 14-6, 2 straight points for Edinburgh North. As Gayton will serve. And a good jump serve meeting Garcia. She couldn't control it, but Vidania was there and swinged out by Aguirre. Ramos will pass it over to Dreyer and Duffy. Her attack is tipped, but in Harlingen territory. Edinburgh North wanted lifting, but there will not be one by the officials. And Coronado with a good hit, but that one will go out of bounds. So that'll make the score 15-6 in favor of Harlingen South. And Coach McCallum trying to communicate with the official. Whistle blown, ball served. Duffy gets it over the wall of Vidania. Met by Aguirre, and that one hits the pole. So that'll count as a point for Edinburgh North. And a couple of steps, Ramos to serve. And miscommunication by Harlingen South. So for Ramos, that's her first ace in the game. She already has 1 kill in this game. And that makes the score 15-8. Harlingen South with the lead, but Edinburgh North with the ball. Ramos with the hit. Good hit, gets it over the net. Met by Mirales, and Harlingen South will take it out. Ramos there with the dig. Set up from the left for Duffy. Ball blocked and inbounds in Edinburgh territory. Good block by Vidania to mark her first block in the game, and that one results as a point for Harlingen South to make it 16-8. And serving is going to be Aguirre, met by Ramos. It's going to go to Duffy, who lobs it out into the attacking line. It was met by Guevara. Edinburgh North, a hit by Ramos, sliding dig by Yanez. Ramos with another dig, passes directly to Dreyer, and Duffy with another hit, met by Yanez. And let's see if Mirales can get a hit. She hasn't had a kill since the beginning of set number 2. Ooh, good push out by, looks to be O'Brien. Harlingen South improvisation there. Mirales will backswing it out. Good play defensively by Harlingen South, and the attack by O'Brien is no good. So that'll make it 17-8 in favor of Harlingen South. As Aguirre will continue to serve, met by Duffy. Dreyer is going to try and set it up, but no good. So it's back to a 10-point deficit for Edinburg North, with Harlingen South already leading in sets with 1 set. And up to serve is Aguirre. Dreyer is going to set up for O'Brien. She'll get it over the wall thanks to the help of the net. Set up for Mireles, who has to swing it out because she wasn't able to get a good angle on it. Ramos with a good backswing past the attacking line, but just in bounds. Unfortunately, the defense of Edinburg North will not be able to help him out there. As another kill for Harlingen South to make it 19-8. Couple of steps. Dreyer with the improvisation. O'Brien with the attack attempt, no good. And now the score 20-8, with Harlingen South dominating in the defense, dominating in the offense. And meanwhile, Edinburg North trying to find a way to get the team around and instigate a comeback. As some improvisation by Garcia. That was a good improvisation. Duffy is there to push it across. Sliding dig by Mireles. The fans of Edinburg North claiming that Mireles was under the net. But it looks like they won't get it here, and Harlingen South will get a point to make the score 21-8. Aguirre up to serve. This is her 6th serve in the game in a row. And on the right-hand serve, met by Ramos. Dreyer is going to pass it to Ramos, who will do a monstrous hit. Couldn't be controlled by Yanez, and Yanez will have a second chance to backswing it out. Pass over to Dreyer, and that was O'Brien with the hit into Harlingen territory. Ramos with another dig. It's going to be a setup for Duffy, and that one is high, and it's met by Yanez. Garcia pass to Mireles. Dreyer's going to set up for Duffy. Duffy has a good hit, and that one will be a kill. Edinburg North not giving up just yet. With Duffy, that's her 2nd kill in the game. And serving is going to be the setter, Dreyer. Met to Mireles. Mireles monster hit in between the legs of Gayton, and that one will be good. For Mireles, that's the first kill we've heard since the beginning of set number 2, and now she has 7 kills. Score right now 22-9. Harlingen South only 3 points away from taking this 2nd set. And Reiniger is going to come back in, and Vidania will serve. Vidania running back into position. Light hit by O'Brien. Ball high into the air on a hit by Guevara. Taken out by Vidania. Ramos with the dig. It's going to be a setup to the left for Duffy. Ball blocked, but the whistle is blown because it was hit by the net. That was 4 hits against Edinburg North. Score right now 23-9. And Vidania up to serve. Only 2 points away from taking the 2nd set. Harlingen South already leading in sets with 1. Dreyer's going to set up for O'Brien with a light hit. And Guevara was there to meet it. Mireles monster hit. The wall was barely able to, it penetrates the wall, and that one will be good. So for Mireles, that'll be 8 kills for her. Score 24-9. Harlingen South, this is game point. Ramos is there, passes it directly to Dreyer. Dreyer's going to pass it back to Ramos. The hit is no good, and that's how set number 2 is going to end. Harlingen South wins set number 2, 25-9, with some unbelievable offensive fashion. And now we'll be heading over to set number 3 in just a few minutes. We'll see just what Harlingen South can do, if they'll be able to sweep, or if Edinburg North is going to find a way for their defense to adapt and have their offense, and find a way for their offense to penetrate that defense of Harlingen South. We'll take a break on our end, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be right back here for district playoffs here on Rio Sports Live.
Whether you're visiting or vacationing at South Padre Island, be sure to book your place to stay with Island Services. Locally owned for over 40 years. Trusted, reliable for condo and beach house rentals. Call and visit the website today. Island Services. Come see what the City of San Benito has to offer today. Business owners, visit the San Benito Chamber of Commerce and find out how they can help you be a part of the new and exciting growth the city is experiencing today. Supporting business, community, and the teams, San Benito Chamber of Commerce.
Hi, we're Mission Veterans, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo! Thank you for watching Real Sports Live. Woo!
Everyone's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2 in Harlingen. Choose from a wide selection and score big today on West Expressway 83. Right now, how about this 2017 Alfa Romeo Giulia, loaded up with power everything, a rear camera, dual climate, and today it's yours, $1,000 down and just $450 a month. Or how about this, a 2014 Ford Mustang at 48,000 miles, leather seats, a shaker sound system, aftermarket exhaust, steering wheel controls, and a 5.0-liter engine. $23,999 today. Financing is available with lending for all types. Every deal's a winner at Kano Auto Sales 2, in business since 2002, Harlingen, Texas.
Hi, we're the Lady Diamondbacks, and thank you for watching Real Sports Live.
Men, start the new year off right. Alpha Men's Primary Care wants to remind all men it's time for your annual physical. Call to schedule an appointment. It's about the body, mind, and emotion. Stop feeling sluggish, having no energy, or being stressed. Alpha Men's Healthcare believes in a holistic approach to your overall health. Even if you have low testosterone, diabetes, high blood pressure, or gained weight, let Alpha Men's Primary Care help you increase your energy, stamina, endurance, and quality of life. Start feeling young again. Alpha Men's Primary Care is changing the way men's healthcare is done.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Real Sports Live, live from the Harlingen South Gymnasium. I'm Alex Espinosa with Jacob Young as my camera operator. I would like to thank everybody for listening to us here on Real Sports Live for this matchup of the Harlingen South Lady Hawks and the Edinburg North Lady Cougars. Harlingen South leads the sets 2-0, winning set number 2, 25-9. Edinburg North has not been able to find a way to attack early on in this offense offensively. However, if history is able to repeat it, if history is any indication, Edinburg North has some of the best scoring offenses in the third and fourth sets. So let's see if they can force it as Ivana Ramos monster hits, dangerous arm, and she'll swing it out. Pass directly to Duffy, and corner inbounds. Duffy with a good hit to make it 3 kills for her in this game. And she'll come in and serve. Duffy's going to take a couple of steps. Right hand hit. Aguirre. It's going to be a setup for Vidania. Met by Dreyer. Ramos pass directly to Faz. And Aguirre pass to Mirales. Almost hits the face of Barajas, but it goes inbounds. And so for Mirales, that'll be 8 kills in the game. Vidania to serve, right hand serve. We're tied at 1-1. Dreyer will pass to Ramos. Ramos hit no good. And Harlingen South will make it 2-1. And Vidania comes back to serve. Vidania comes back to serve. And on the punching serve, met by Duffy, going to Barajas, who already has 3 kills in the game. Aguirre is going to pass all the way from across to Mirales. That one is good as it goes in between 2 players. 2 straight kills for Mirales as that makes it 10 now in the game. Harlingen South leading it 3-1. Vidania taking a couple of steps on a right arm serve, met by Ramos. And it's going to be a setup. Duffy is going to have to pass to Ramos, who backswings it out. And it'll be a monster hit by Mirales. Good diving dig by Duffy. And Ramos will take it out. Set up for Gravata, but that one will be no good. Just not enough power to get it into Edinburg territory. That'll make the score 3-2, with the North getting the ball back, and up to serve is going to be Kaylee O'Brien. O'Brien with already 1 kill in the game and a right arm serve going into Harlingen territory. It's going to be a setup for Mirales. Monster hit. Duffy was going to try and dig it like she did the last time, but she couldn't do it. So the score now 4-2. Harlingen South will get the ball, and it looks like it's going to be Alexa Encinia to serve, and Guevara is heading over to the bench to get some water. Right arm serve, good. Ramos is there, coming back from the bench immediately. And Yanez with that dig. It's going to be a pass to Aguirre, who swings it out. Ramos is there to dig it, and Dreher's going to set up for Faz. Faz with a left-handed hit is good. Great, beautiful hit by Faz to make the score 4-3 with the ball going back to Edinburg North. And for Victoria Faz, that's her 2nd kill in the game. And serving is going to be Melanie Cantu, whose name we haven't heard in a while. That ball is going to go out of bounds, so Harlingen South, their lead will not be intact, and the score right now is 5-3. Mirales up to serve with already 1 ace and 10 kills in this game. Right arm serve, diving dig by Ramos, barely is able to save it. And Aguirre has another hit deflected, but it is penetrated by Edinburg North. So that'll go inbounds, and that'll be another point for Harlingen South. And Aguirre, that's 6 kills in the game for her. Mirales is going to serve. And Ramos is there. Dreher is going to set up a pass for Ramos, who has a good hit. It is met by Mirales, and Reiniger is going to take it out. It's a setup for Colorado. That one is good. Score right now 6-4. Edinburg North will get the ball back. Harlingen South with the lead. And serving is going to be Shayla Gayton. And serving, going directly to Mirales' arms. And Insignia is going to pass it to Mirales. Good hit, deflected by the Cougars, but it does stay in Edinburg North territory. And that'll be a point for Harlingen South. Serving now for Harlingen South, Evelyn Yanez, the libero. Taking a couple of steps and a good serve. Ramos is there to dig it. Set up for Ramos, who's going to have another shot at it, but that one will be no good. Ramos doing everything she can to help her team get back into this lead. Harlingen South doing everything they can to make sure that Ramos, Coronado, Dreher, that all the Edinburg North Lady Cougars don't score. Set up, going to Vidania. Vidania's good hit. Going all the way into the food stands. And the first time out of set number 3 will be called by Edinburg North. We'll take a break on our end, ladies and gentlemen, as we are witnessing by-district playoff here in the RGV on Rio Sports Live.
Stop by today and enjoy the food at the La Feria Cafe. Great food made to order. Handmade tortillas daily. Breakfast, lunch, and Friday stop in for supper. The La Feria Cafe, open 7 days a week off of Business 83 in La Feria, Texas.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, here on Rio Sports Live. I'm Alex Espinosa with Jacob Young as my camera operator, as Harlingen South is leading this game 9-4 in set number 3. They already won the first 2 sets. Winning this one will result in a sweep, and the winner of this game, ladies and gentlemen, will advance into the second round of the playoffs and play against Mac High. The buzzer is blown, both teams in their huddles and stepping out. Harlingen South the first ones to get out. Edinburg North following them. And coming in to serve is going to be Yanez. Harlingen South leading this game. Ball met by Edinburg North. Set up for Duffy. Duffy, we haven't heard her name in a while. Aguirre. Pass directly to Duffy, who's able to dig it. It's going to be a pass this time from Edinburg North. And that's Ramos who hits it. And it's met by Yanez. And a good hit by Vidania. And if I look at this correctly, Vidania joins Mireles and Aguirre in 5+ kills for this match. Score right now 10-4, Harlingen South. Serving is going to be Yanez. Yanez with a good lobbing hit. And the dump-off attempt by Aguirre will be no good. Harlingen South was there to recover it. Duffy's going to have a hit blocked. And that was Vidania, who looks to be hurting just a little bit, but she stands up and fights it. Fights the pain and gets a kill. Vidania's arm looked like might have hit the ball in not in the good way, but she fights the pain to get her 6th kill in the game and give the 11th point of the match for Harlingen South. Ramos hit, met by Garcia. Insignia trying to set it up as fast as she can. Garcia's going to have to dump it out because no one was able to set up an attack. Duffy with an attack over the wall. Sliding dig by Garcia going to Aguirre, who floats it over the wall. And this one, the ball is hit and into the ground. Aguirre with 7 kills in the game. Score 12-4, Harlingen South. Ball passed all the way to Yanez. Looks like it hit the basketball court. It did not go into the basket, so that's no points for Edinburg North. And Yanez will come in and serve. And this floating swing met by Ramos. It's going to be a setup for Duffy. Duffy over the attacking line. Set up for Aguirre, who gets it over the wall, but not the attacking line. And Ramos this time will have it met by Mireles. And it's going to be a setup for Duffy. Duffy with a backhand, and that one will be no good because of 4 hits against Edinburg North. So that makes the score 13-4 in favor of Harlingen South. And Yanez serving again. That's her 6th serve in the game. This will be her 6th serve in the game. Set up going for Ramos. Good hit. Ball hits the backboard, and that one will count as good. So that'll be a point for Edinburg North to make it 13-5. And for Ramos, that's her 2nd kill in the game. Ramos coming in to serve, and a little floater barely met by, looks to be Yanez, and Dreyer trying to set up for Ramos. Ramos will pass it directly to Duffy, and Aguirre, attack attempt no good, and that'll count as 4 hits against Harlingen South to make it 13-6, with Harlingen South still on top, but Edinburg North 2 points in a row, and Ramos is going to come back and serve. A good jump serve, and it is met by Vidania. Monstrous hit, but Ramos was there to meet it. Set up for Duffy. Duffy, good hit. Yanez went to the ground to dig it out, and Vidania, where was that? Where did she come from with that hit? That's 7 kills for Vidania, and some big ones here in this game. Score 14-6. Harlingen South, and serving is Zoe Garcia. The first time we've seen her serve in this game, and a dump-off attempt no good by Harlingen South. That'll make it 14-7. Edinburg North only down by 7. Coming in to serve is going to be Dreyer. Dreyer with a good serve, met by Garcia, who had to kneel down to get a whistle. Is blown for double hits against Harlingen South. So Edinburg North gets 2 straight points, and coming in to serve is going to be Dreyer. Score right now 14-8, Harlingen South, but Edinburg North keeps the ball. Insignia is going to pass it to Vidania. Vidania with a really good pass. Dreyer was there to meet it up. Ramos will pass it to Duffy. Duffy to Harlingen territory. Aguirre is going to have a hit attempt, and that one will be inbounds. Good hit by Aguirre to help calm down the crowd of Edinburg North and motivate the crowd of Harlingen South. Score 15-8. Harlingen South gets the ball back. And serving is going to be Aguirre, who had that kill in this game. That last kill in this last serve, and Ramos passes it to Dreyer, who swings it out. It's going to be a setup not for Vidanias, but for Mireles from way across. Ramos setting it up for Duffy. Duffy attack is tipped over the net, but it is in Harlingen territory. Mireles with an attack blocked. Mireles with her 2nd hit attempt, good. And that attack by Edinburg North will be out of bounds, no good. Score right now 16-8 with Harlingen South keeping the ball. Up to serve is Maya Aguirre, who already has 8 kills in the game. The Mighty's Vidania with 7 kills and a block, and Michaela Mireles with 11 kills and an ace. Ball is hit, blocked, and Mireles tried to re-hit it. Edinburg North will adapt to it, and Duffy takes it out. Set up for Mireles. Will she get a shot attempt at this one? No, it is blocked, and back in Harlingen territory. It was third time the charm. Third time the charm, good for Mireles. This one, maybe, and maybe not. Going back into Harlingen territory. Vidania was there to dig it, and Guevara gets it barely over the wall. Sliding dig by Faz, and Duffy takes it into Harlingen territory. Faz again, pass to Dreyer. Set up for O'Brien, met by Garcia. Mireles with a monster hit, blocked at the line, and it's going to go high into the air. Pass to Guevara. The attack, no good. Edinburg North was there to recover it, and it's going to be an attack attempt for Duffy. Duffy is digged by, that was Guevara, and the attack attempt by Edinburg North will be no good, as the ball went directly out of bounds. That'll make the score 17-8. Harlingen South still on top. And taking a couple of steps, and that hit by Aguirre going directly into the arms of Ramos. Ramos calling her own number. Hit met by Yanez, and Mireles pushes it all the way out. Ramos is there to dig it. She'll pass it directly to Dreyer, who swings it out into the arms of Garcia. Set up for Mireles. Good hit. Mireles with another kill, and that helps her team make it a 10-point lead in this match. Serving is Aguirre. Digging is O'Brien. And Aguirre going to Vidania. Vidania floats it into the arms of Dreyer. Ramos will pass it over to Duffy, and Garcia's going to rush and try to get the ball back. She does pass it directly to Aguirre, who takes it out. Set up by Duffy, O'Brien, and that one is no good. Serving again is Aguirre. And on the right-hand serve, it is met by O'Brien. That was Ramos who digged it out, and the attack by Edinburg North will be no good to make it 20-8. Aguirre will continue to serve, met by O'Brien. It'll be a setup for Ramos, who has a little floater. Vidania is there to meet it. Set up for Mireles. Mireles with a good hit into the ground, and that's 12 kills for her in this game. You can hear it, ladies and gentlemen, the sound of Harlingen South fans believing they will win. They're up 21-8 in set number 3. Make that 22-8 in set number 3. Aguirre serving. The ball going high into the arms of Ramos. Dreyer is there to meet it. And O'Brien takes it out. Garcia is there. Swinged out by Aguirre. That one will be good, so that'll make 9 kills for Aguirre. Score 23-8. Harlingen South keeping the ball. Aguirre coming back to serve. And a good serve by Aguirre, meeting the arms of Ramos. Set up. Ramos is going to have an attack attempt in down the middle. It is met by Vidania. Vidania wanted to call her own number, but instead it's going to go to Guevara. That one will be out of bounds. And serving for Edinburg North will be Hannah Duffy. Duffy taking a couple of steps before hitting the ball, going directly to Garcia. It's going to be a setup for Mireles, met by Ramos. Set up to the left, it is met by Barancas. We haven't heard her name in a while. Whistle is blown for 2 hits. And that looks to be against Harlingen South, so it'll be 23-10 with Harlingen South still on top, but Edinburg North will get the ball back. Duffy to serve, and the service error will result in points. That's 24 for Harlingen South, and we are at game point, ladies and gentlemen. Serving is Vidaña. Ball going high into the air. It'll be a setup for Ramos. Ramos gets it over the net. It is met by Aguirre. Aguirre's going to have a shot to have an attack. That one is met by Dreyer. Ball going high into the air, directly into the arms of Duffy, and Aguirre is going to have a setup for Mirales. Mirales' attack deflected, but it goes out of bounds. And that's how it'll end here at Harlingen South High School, with Harlingen South Lady Hawks advancing into the second round of the playoffs. Unbelievable play by both teams. For Harlingen South, they will be celebrating tonight, and they will have a challenge next week against Mackay. For Edinburg North, unfortunately, their season will end here. But terrific play by all their players. In the end, they had fun. They gave it all they could. It wasn't their day. It wasn't their day to win. Congratulations to Coach Lucio on that playoff win. Congratulations to the Harlingen South Hawks to advancing to the second round of the playoffs. For Edinburg North, we wish them the best of luck in the offseason and in next season for the seniors who are graduating in Edinburg North. We congratulate them on being able to reaching the playoffs, on a great season for Edinburg North, and we wish the seniors the best of luck in their future. And for the undergrads who will be continuing on next year, we wish them the best of luck next season. From all of us here on Rio Sports Live, I'd like to thank Jacob Young as my camera operator for stepping up and helping us out. From our executive producer, Joe Bowling, I'm Alex Espinosa signing off here on Rio Sports Live.